Here comes the sun, da 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 da. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Ba da 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 da. Hi everyone, right now we're going to go through all of the beginner dumbbell movements and give you some progressions for the movements. We're going to do these in a lot of detail, and I also want to make sure that you guys practice these over and over and over again so you get all that confusion out of your head, so when you're standing in front of your class you're not going I'm not, and that doesn't inspire people. All right, so very first thing we're going to do, we're going to do a basic dumbbell clean. A basic dumbbell clean begins, all the energy starts through the leg. You lift through the legs, through the stomach, then into the arms. Remember, you have to make sure all of your students consistently know this is one continuous functional movement. This is not like bodybuilding to where you break it up body part by body part by body part. So you're going to bend the knees. You're going to lift with the legs through the stomach. One continuous movement. Up, down, stand up. Right there. All right? We're going to have her do 10 of them in a row. And then up. Okay, pressure in the heels, up, down, and up. Just one right after another. Okay, and make sure they understand they have to accelerate their legs up. Bend the knees when they land, decelerate down, and stabilize. Hold it right there, and then stand up. There you go. Teach the legs how to accelerate, decelerate, and stabilize. You'll notice a lot of your beginning students, they'll lift up and they'll go and stiffen up those legs. Ow. Ow. That's not good. Okay. Other things you're going to notice, and you can even ask them, do they feel their heart rate coming up? Do they feel their lungs starting to be challenged? Along with the muscles being worked. This is meant to work everything. It's meant to work all the muscular systems and the energy systems. So that is a basic clean. Okay. All the energy is transferred evenly throughout the body. Just like that. All right. Now we're going to do a clean to a press. All right. A simple clean to a press is start off with the clean. When you're going to the beginning workouts, you want to start off with a clean, coming up, stand up. Make sure they don't put the cleans and the presses together just yet, and then you're going to pop them out to a split stance into a press. Then make them stand up with the weights. All right. Let's see about 5 of those. A little clean. Pop that press, just like that. Okay. Now, if they need to, certain modifications you can make is, let's say they have bad knees, they have a hard time distributing energy through the core. Okay. You could have them step back into the pop, or step forward into the pop, or step to the side to a pop. So you could have them step here, you could have them just step forward. If they have an issue with their knees, you may want to make them step back into the press. But if they're fine, we'll just pop to the press. So she does clean first. Okay, she kind of went a little bit fancy on that one. I want her to do just the clean. Okay, stand, hold it, and then pop that press. Boom, like that. Now I know y'all think it looks like that Saturday Night Live superstar thing. That's fine, you can actually do that. You can tell them to actually think of that when they do this move. Also, you may want to let them know that you know it looks like that, so they don't snicker behind your back and say, it's like that. Just let it be known. We know what it looks like. Okay? It doesn't make it any less awesome. Okay. Next move is, there's nothing that is done evenly on both sides. Okay? You can't go to the grocery store, you can't get 2 bags of even weight and then carry them like this, and then when you put them down like this. That UPS poster that tells you how to lift correctly does not apply to real human movement. So, we're going to teach them how to actually grab energy and move energy and transfer energy one side to another. So we're going to do this one side at a time now. So we're going to do a clean, one side at a time. Okay, I'll have them do about 5 on each side, no presses yet. Clean one side at a time and just stand up. Okay, and then you can make them do a clean to a press one side at a time. So she's going to do a clean, and she's going to pop it here in a second. Pa! Just like that. And they may ask you, well, when this arm goes up, which leg goes forward? And guys, I want to simplify some things. We want to teach people how to think for themselves. So what if in a moment of madness, this arm goes up and this leg goes forward? I'm okay with that. What if this arm goes up and this leg goes forward? Great. The answer is yes, 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 yes. Just get them moving. You know, Patricia, you're slowly moving back to the wall. It's kind of cool. Pretty soon you're going to drive straight through that wall. It's going to be awesome.
It'll be powerful too.
I'll hop. It'll be a, yeah.
It might scare the news.
We don't, that's okay. She's strong. She went right through the wall. Okay. There we go. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Next thing we're going to do is something called the snatch, or we here like to call them Samoan warriors. Guys, I don't care. Call them whatever you like. I personally like putting little names, activities. I like putting sounds, thoughts. I like to make this a lot more fun than just leading a fun little group exercise. I like to actually get some stuff that gets them cooking, also distracts them away from how miserable this could be. So a Samoan warrior is real simple. They're going to bend down. Like they're picking stuff up. They could transfer the energy through their legs, through their stomach. And now when we do a Samoan warrior, go and stand up real quick. Here's a basic thing people mess up on. They attempt to stiffen up their arms and lift like this above their head. What the move you want them to do is you want them to lift and you want them snapping. Okay? Like there's a really tall guy behind you and you're gonna snap them right in the head. Okay? So that's the movement. I may actually make them do that about a good 10 times. Pretend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's in back of you and you're gonna back fist them. Just like that. So we don't get a bunch of this. All right? So let's go through the movement. Okay, Patricia's now going to get all pumped up and excited. She's going to lift through here. She's going to snatch them up like that and then stand up with them. Oh my gracious. You lifted that kind of like a Samoan warrior.
A little bit, but I didn't make any noise.
Not yet. Not yet. And she's going to lift through the legs, through the stomach, and then Snimaga! Oh my gracious. All right. So she's lifting that, and she's transferring herself, and she's going to lift, and she stands up. Okay? When she stands up, I got no problem with you telling your class to take their butt at the top and go and tighten it. I'm okay with that. Oh, I'll tell them about the starfish later. Lift up, and okay? There is nothing wrong with the little audibles, if you will. As a matter of fact, the more people kind of just stay kind of quiet, they have less fun. The more fun you can get out of them, the more they'll like coming to your class. Right? How do you feel?
I feel great.
Pretty easy.
I feel a little bit like
so
a warrior.
You've done this before, obviously. All right. Now we're going to do single arms. Because again, nothing's ever done 2 arms at a time, except lifting. All right. So doing some dumbbell, going to the gym and lifting things 2 arms at a time. My left's a little uneven to my right. Okay, that's not the real world. So right now, there's a couple things we call this over here. We call this either it's a Viking warrior, okay, or it's a nice picking up and flinging the daisies, depending on who you got. You know, it's just sometimes just fun just to think about that. Also, it's fun just getting them to make all sorts of weird sounds. Now, I personally have no problem offending people, so I'll gross them right out with this one. A Viking warrior means this. It means you just traveled across the ocean to attack a neighboring country, and your job right now is to invade their country and get their warriors to fight for you. So you just defeated them, and you have their leader, and you're going to take his head off, and you're going to put it up above your head. And you're going to shake it. Like that. Except maybe louder. Okay? Or if you have some people with some soft sensibilities, and you're the kind of person that doesn't want to offend your people, don't want to be offensive, you could just squat down, you could scoop up some flowers, and because you love nature so much, fling them in the air. And stand up, and just celebrate a little bit. I don't care. You know, it is what it is.
You know, I do find the burlier the man, the more he likes to fling the flowers, and the softer the lady, the more she wants to rip the head off.
Well, there you go.
Just so you know.
Isn't that weird? Big burly guys fling flowers. Yeah. Soft-spoken ladies like to tear heads off and shake them. What do you do? If you're doing a Halloween boot camp, get some fake decapitated heads. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a good time. All right, you want to show us how that's done again? So give me about 2, maybe 3 on each side. Just snap them up, look at it. You gotta look at that head, now stand up, you gotta shake it. You gotta make me believe. I gotta believe that you are gonna lead my warrior. Oh boy, you just invaded my country. You gotta get me on your side. I'm not happy about this. Got to make me believe it. All right, now we're going to become the character here, because I understand we're holding back a little bit. So I'm going to grab one of these myself. We're holding our feelings inside. Of course, you know my favorite song when people are holding their feelings inside. Yeah, maybe later. Ready? Right from here, you're gonna let it go. Now, if they're not letting their feelings out, you can sing, "Don't cry out loud. Keep it inside." So you could do that.
Learn how to hide.
Learn how to hide those feelings. All right. Those are Viking warriors. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, as the instructor, I want you to have a lot of fun with your class. If you're not having fun, no one else is having fun, they're not going to like coming to class. It's very important they enjoy coming to class. Okay? Next, we're going to do Mother Nature's, or gutting the deer, depending on the sensibilities of the person in front of you. I say throw them both out there. I say damn the torpedoes. But you do what you want to do. All right? Now, when you do this, a huge key is teaching them to put pressure of the energy right into the heel of the foot. So we're going to have them step back. We're going to have them bend at the knee first, then bend at the waist, tap the weights on the ground, stand up straight, stand straight up, move forward, put those above your head, take your glutes, go squeeze them, stomach's in, and then bring them back down. Okay? I want you to practice it that way so you can teach it that way so eventually they can just fling right through them. All right? Just like this. Oh, that was wonderful. That was wonderful. Now we're going to go to the side. I'm going to make you see this at the side. All right? She's going to step back. Everything lines up really nice. She plants those flowers, stands straight up, and then as she stands up, puts the weights, she's flinging the flowers and celebrating spring. Just like that. Let's kind of do about 5 in a row. So when they get good enough at doing this, a mistake most people make is they'll bend at the waist first. You bend at the knee first, then at the waist, then back up, up, squeezing them glutes. Let me see. So her glutes, wait a minute. And when she stands up, and she go put it, and then her glutes go, like that. Just like that. That's what happens. Okay? Those are Mother Nature's. Or if she's gutting a deer, you're leaning down, you're going to just pull that heart out, and you're going to put it above your head like this, showing your fellow hunters that you're no sissy boy. Or sissy girl, depending. I'm equal opportunity. All right. Next, we're going to do something called party push-ups. Okay? When it comes to party push-ups, people may hate you in party push-ups the most, especially in the beginning. Okay? However, we're still going to do them. A party push-up is very, very simple. You're going to come down, out, push-up, whatever push-up they chose to do, okay? Up, into a clean, stand up, into a press. That's all right.
It's a party after all.
You ready? Well, let me see this party here. She's going to do about 5 party push-ups. She's going to pump them right out. Oh, look at her go. Good stuff. Good things. And especially in the beginning, you're going to find you have to be very specific about how these things are done. Extremely specific. Now, simple ways you can modify these movements, depending on back, knees, so on. The biggest thing you want to watch is how do they transfer energy through the heel, through the knees, through the hips. Okay? Are they constantly wearing and tearing on their knees, back, hips? You will see it right away. All right? How do you feel?
I feel good.
All right. Now we're going to do something called 8-point body killers, which sounds a little bit more aggressive than party push-ups. However, people tend to enjoy more. The most important things about these, no matter how quiet someone is the sound they make when they jump up. That's very important. If they don't do this, they'll miss out on all the fabulousness of an 8-point body killer. 8-point body killer goes like this. She's going to bend down at the knees. She's going to come out to a push-up position. Her feet are going to go and back in, push up. Now, her weight's going to stay at her side. She's going to launch and touch her head right up here into the ceiling fans. And she's going to say, boing, as loud as she can. Okay, so let's go through that again. You ready? Down, out, in, push up, And she gets ready like a rocket and boing, and then back down. Okay? Make sure they do not land like this. The boing is very important. Boing. Thank you, excellent. Because I can't count it unless there's a boing.
Boing.
Absolutely. They don't call them 8-point county boingers. 8-point county blinkers, 8-point binky hoopers, 8-point body killers. All right? Now what you'll probably do is the first time you take them through this, you're going to do it without the weights. All right, so we'll be taking you guys through a full class and we'll be explaining exactly how to take you through these classes. But right there, I want you as the instructor to be able to practice the movements. Okay? After you practice the movements and you've gotten really good at these movements, okay, I want you to watch this video over and over.
And over.
Again.
And over.
And practice them. Get great at them. Okay? Don't be screwing around at them. Okay? So no confusion by the time you start your class. This was the beginner dumbbell workout. It's the foundation. Everything builds upon this.
And it's a whole heck of a lot of fun too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
This is now the beginner dumbbell workout. Here we're going to go through all the basics of the dumbbell workout. We're going to be very detailed with the dumbbell workout, and we're doing it real time with Victor Bronner. Hey, Victor, you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready to go. A couple of things before we get started. A lot of you are constantly worried and focusing on proper form and technique, and that's good. However, proper form and technique is not defined as very strict, rigid, linear movements. That is not how we move at home. That's not how we want to teach the boot camp students to move. 3 important things that we want to consider when we're talking about proper form and technique. The very first one is having an elevated rib cage. You're going to instruct your students to take in a nice deep breath, which will elevate their rib cage. In doing so, what you're doing is you're putting their spine in what we refer to as neutral spinal alignment. The second thing is drawing in the core. Drawing in the core, tightening the belly. It's not sucking in. It's not doing this. This is not drawing in the core. Okay? You should be able to talk with just a light drawing in maneuver. The third and possibly most important concept is tight buns, tightening the glutes, just like this. Tightening the glute. Instruct your students that their glutes should be so tight that you cannot pull a greased needle from their butt with a team of wild horses. That is the phraseology for tight glutes. All right, here we go, beginner movements. All right, you guys ready? Yeah. Grab your weights if you got them. Grab your rocks if you got them. Our very first movement of the morning is going to be a dumbbell clean with our weights. This position is going to be from the squatted position, which we have already been instructed on. And we know as we come down, we're going to be coming down in our heels. It's okay, guys, we can edit. We'll just do this again. So as we come down, we will not be coming down into our toes, but rather in our heels. They said heels. All right, here we go. So we're going to come down into our heels, and on the count of 3, everybody come up. We're just doing a dumbbell clean. 1, 2, 3. Come up, feet together. That's it. Now, let's move on and let's go ahead and do 10 of those. Here we go. Everybody come down, and we're just going to come up, bring our feet together, just like that. Come up, feet together. Make sure that as you're doing this movement, you are putting all of the pressure in your heels. Keep going, please. What I'm going to be doing is going around the class, and I'm going to be looking for toe pushers. A toe pusher is identified as a person who comes down into a squat movement with their toes driving straight into the dirt. Please do not do this so that I do not have to call you out and call you a dirty toe pusher. After you've done 10, please go ahead and stop so I know it's okay to move on. Okay, the next movement that we are going to do is a dumbbell clean with a press. We're going to add a little press. It's going to look just like this. From this position with my toes up, I'm going to come up, bring my feet together, go into my little press. Just like that. We're going to do 10 of them. Now, you'll notice when I did my press, I took a step forward with my left foot. I will do 5 on each side. I will step with my left 5 times. Then I will do a dumbbell clean and step with my right foot 5 times. I would recommend that you alternate. Go left, then right. Remember, boot camp is not about keeping up with everybody. We might be moving on to the next movement, and if you're only on 6, you don't want to have done 5 on the left and only 1 on the right. So go ahead and alternate left and right. Here we go. Come down. Okay, up, go. And to a press. Again, as you do that press and that foot goes forward, you still want those toes up. Although it is difficult, it is not impossible. Make sure that as you do that press, the toes come up and that you do not drive the toes into the ground. The purpose of this is to relieve pressure from the knees. We do not want energy going through the knees in these. Knees, these. Please, please, we do not want energy going through the knees on these, please. Now freeze. I'm just kidding, keep going. When you've done 10, please go ahead and stop so that I know it's okay to move on. Now, we are going to do the same movement, except we are going to set one weight down. This is called a single arm dumbbell clean to a press. And it will look just like this. Just like that. We're going to do 5 on each side. Again, I recommend that you alternate. Let's go ahead and begin, please. Come up, feet together to your press. Come up, feet together to your press. Very good. 5 on each side. 5 on each side. As you begin to fatigue, which some of you are, you will notice that you are breathing very heavily. Please, this is where you want to teach yourself to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. You do not want to constantly breathe in and out of your mouth. Breathing in and out of your mouth causes panic, and it literally triggers fight or flight syndrome in the body. Breathing in your nose and out your mouth activates your body's parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to have a calming effect. And it's going to allow you to recover. It's going to teach you to be able to do movement with less oxygen, which will allow you to recover faster. We are going to teach ourselves to be able to recover while we are still doing physical movement. The first step in this is learning how to control the breathing, which controls the energy system, and get that energy system under control. All right, next movement we're going to do. Now, everyone's starting to get a little bit tired. So we have to start having a little bit of fun. Even though this is supposed to be difficult, that doesn't mean it has to suck all the time. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a movement called Samoan warriors, or the technical term is we will call them dumbbell snatches. Dumbbell snatches, 2 arms. Okay, and it is going to look like this. You are all going to pretend that you have all been warped and you are now Samoan warriors. If any of you know anything about Samoan warriors, they are very large and powerful warriors. It is very important to them that they win every single battle. Now, the Samoan warriors that we are going to be is we are going to be slightly smaller than Samoan warriors than the ones that are attacking us. So they are going to be sneaking up from behind us. And their goal is to take us out from behind, because if you're going to fight and you want to ensure victory, you can definitely increase your odds by sneaking up from someone from behind. So the defense movement that we are going to learn is going to be in case you are ever attacked by a Samoan warrior from behind. That is the importance of this movement. So in this movement, we are going to come down. Everybody come down with me, please. We are going to come down in the Samoan warrior stance. We are going to make a Samoan warrior sound off, which sounds like this. And then in one fluid movement, we are going to do a Samoan warrior snap, which looks like this. Just like that. And as that Samoan warrior is creeping over my shoulder, I'm going to give out my battle cry, and pop him in the nose. Everybody ready? Come on down. Okay, everybody ready? 10, here we go. Keep going. Pop it up. Pop it up. Okay? Pop it up. Fling your wrist. Keep the pressure in the heels. Breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Keep those toes up. Keep those toes up. Keep those butts down. What's up, Stevens?
Something like that.
Something like that. All right, now, at this time, I want you to take 20 seconds. I want you to breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Learn to get that energy system under control. Deep breath in the nose for about 3 seconds. Out the mouth for about 2. It's going to be difficult in the beginning. As you adapt, as you get used to it, it will become easier and you will be able to recover on the move. That is our goal. 20 seconds is up. Now, we're going to go back in time a little more. Now, you're all mighty Viking warriors. If you know anything about the Viking warriors, you will know one of the things that they were famous for, in addition to bloody wars and battles, was mutiny. Back in those days, it was not enough to win the war. If you were the Viking warrior king, not only did you have to win the war, but afterwards, you had to inspire your troops. If you did not, they would mutiny because they would go into Viking berserker mode. And if you did not inspire them, if you did not motivate them, they would literally turn on you and they would kill you in spite of the fact that you just won the battle. So now you are all Viking warriors. And what you must do, you have just won the battle. It is now up to you to inspire your troops to prevent mutiny. So to inspire the troops, you're going to bend down and you've got the enemy Viking warlord at your feet. You're going to grab a handful of his hair. Now, if you have ever attempted to detach a human head from its body, you will have known that the vertebrae and the attachments are pretty good. It's a pretty good little system. So you're going to have to get down there and you're going to have to get a handful of that hair and you're going to have to kind of shake those vertebrae loose before you even get started. So we're going to give a nice little shake, kind of get those vertebrae loose, and then we're just going to pop and pop that up. And you've got to rip off the head of that enemy Viking warrior and you've got to display it for your troops because you've just won the battle. That's not good enough. Not for the Vikings. Maybe for the Americans in the Revolutionary War, it was enough for us to win the war. The Vikings was not good enough. So again, from the heels, the butt, notice my butt is low. I'm not doing this. My butt is down. I've got proper spinal alignment. From this position, I'm going to do a quick pop, get that head up there, and then display it for everybody to see. If I'm feeling a little sassy, I might just shake it. Nah! Here we go. Jamie, just do 10 push-ups. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! 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 If you're not audible, it doesn't count. If I don't hear it, it doesn't count. Good job. Make sure that you stay in the heels. Make sure your pressure is always in the heels. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth. Those will officially, from now on, be called sassy Viking warriors. So Jamie feels better about them. All right, now, we're going to do a little paradigm shift here. We are no longer Samoan warriors. We are no longer Viking warriors. We're going to do a little attitude adjustment, and we're all going to become Mother Nature. Yes, that is the sound Mother Nature makes. So in Mother Nature, we're going to take our dumbbells. Now, please watch me for this first movement. We're going to step out into the lunge position. Now, your toe doesn't need to be up that far. I am simply, for demonstration purposes only, I'm going to come down straight down onto my knee, do a nice little tap, and then I'm going to come up into a thrust. And I'm going to say, because that's what Mother Nature says when the trees are growing in the forest. So again, I am Mother Nature. I will step out and I will come straight down. I will plant my seeds, and because I planted my seeds, my forest grows. Woo! As I step up, I am stepping up through the heel of that forward foot. Now, do not, when you do this movement, do not try to step, lunge, and thrust in one movement. By doing that, what I did is I just put shearing forces on my knee. My fibia and my tibia were stable, but my femur was attempting to drive past them. So what I want to do is I want to take that step out, and then I'm going to drop straight down. So I keep that pressure off those knees, do my tap, and then as I stand up, notice my toe is up. I'll stand up and thrust through the heel of that forward foot. Go ahead and do 5 on each side, please. Mother Nature's. Or lunge, to a step, to a tap, to a thrust. Make sure you keep those toes up. Keep those toes up, Pond. Right. Keep those toes up, Stevens. Good job, good job. Also, do not forget your breathing. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. If you are a man, you may turn this into a deer gutter. Men will step out, they will come down, they will quarter their deer, and then they're gonna show off the guts, because that's what men do. We show off what we do. Ah, look what I did. The female version is Mother Nature's, the male version is deer gutters. There you go, guts. And show them off. That's what men do. We show off everything we do. Look what I did. Ah.
Some of it we wish you kept yourself.
I understand. All right, the next movement that we are going to do is a party push-up. There's always a party when there's push-ups. So when you're doing party push-ups, you have to do them with the attitude, with the mentality that you're at a party. So what that means is as you're doing the movement, this is okay, because this is what you do at a party, okay? This is okay, okay? However you need to move and shake, this is called a party push-up. You make sure that during these next 10 movements, you're kind of having a little party. And you're not by yourself, you got a whole group. Party push-up. From this position, we're gonna come down, kick the feet back, execute a push-up. As you come forward, put a little space between your feet, because you're gonna come up and do a dumbbell clean to a press. Just like that. That is a party push-up. We're gonna do 5 on each side. Once again, come down on your dumbbells, kick your feet back. In this position, my glutes are very tight.
You're darn tootin'.
Jamie, you wanna come over here and check my glutes, please? I'm just kidding. No, get over here. You're coming, come and check them. Make sure my glutes are tight. Are they tight?
Oh, that one's really tight.
Yeah, yeah, see? All right, the glutes are tight. I have no danger of lumbar injury from this position. I'm gonna come down, execute my push-up, bring both my feet slightly separated, come up, into my party push-up. 5 on each side, please begin. That'll be on the blooper reel, that last little segment. Again, as you perform that press, make sure you get those toes up. Do not let that energy drive into the toes. Make sure that you keep your glutes tight. Again, I should not be able to pull a greased needle out of your butt with a team of wild horses. Think about how tight your glutes need to be in order for that to happen. That is what we are looking for. Make sure that you keep your rib cage elevated to ensure proper spinal alignment. It does us no good to get you in fabulous shape only to have you injure your back. Party push up. There you go, Ponder. Very good. That'll be a segment where there's just music. We'll edit out that dialogue. All right, our final movement is called an 8-count body killer. It's called an 8-count body killer because there's 8 distinct movements that you're going to perform so that you can make sure that you are not skipping any of them. During the 8-count body killer, I will demonstrate. You're going to count each one of the movements. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last one, when I say 8, I'm not going to say 8. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say boing, which will look like this. Boing. With dumbbells in hand, you are going to jump as high as you can. Now, if you're strong enough, at the end of your boing, you're going to throw a little pew, which is going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boing, pew. That is an 8-count body killer with a boing, pew. You may do the pew if you choose, however, it is not a requirement. It is only a testimony of the strength you have built. All right, everybody, grab your weights. 8-count body killers, please begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you don't say the boing, I am sorry, it doesn't count.
Before and after? No, just 1.
Let me hear the boing. There's a pew. Boing, pew. Make sure that when you're doing your push-up and when you are jumping that you've got your glutes tight and you've got your rib cage elevated. Do not jump when you're bent over from the waist. Make sure you've got that rib cage elevated, your core slightly drawn in, and your glutes tight. Jamie, those glutes look very tight, very nice. I do not believe you will be injuring your spine. Come on, Mercer. Let me see a boing, pew. Come on, Mercer.
Boing.
Good job. All right, everybody, you have just completed round 1 of your beginner boot camp movements. The good news is we have 5 more to go. So everybody, here we go.